Right, well I finally see a blue portal. I've just been running away for the past couple minutes as a ship disintegrates in the background. So I'm going to try get to the blue portal. Hopefully I'll succeed. Now it looks like it's above the ground, so if I can't reach it I'll just use like a PID or something to make this thing fly up. And then once I get in there I'll retrofit it a bit. Just build it, make it bigger, add some more powerful weapons hopefully, and after that I'll probably try find some more enemies after going through a red portal. Right, well I finally managed to get this thing airborne. I just don't really know where I am. Right, I'm here. Okay. Well that was let's just say it wasn't very successful first flight. Honestly, that was should have been a lot easier, but I made it difficult. Don't know how I've done that. Anyway, now I'm gonna fly to the blue portal instead of swimming there. I'm not sure how stable this thing is. This is its first flight, but I'd rather fly there than swim there. Mainly because it's just safer to be in the air. Now I'll just add some jet engines onto here as well, because this thing's going quite slow. Where are the jet engines? Right, 20 something meters per second. That's about the same speed we were going at before, so that's not bad. I'm going to have to put one of these on the front though, however, to stop it from tipping. And I just narrowly dodged those cram cannons, so that's lucky for me. Now I will turn these down slightly. 2.4 times and 2.4 on here as well, as I don't want to use up all my engine power. Now I've started turning towards this craft, which is not good. I need to turn away from it. Now I think I'm a bit too high to enter that portal, but it should be fine. I can always just lower the PIDs to make myself go lower. But obviously this propeller system isn't permanent. Not only does it look stupid, it's just not very practical, as they can get shot off quite easily. This is literally just so I can get through the portal, and after that I'll probably make it a boat again. Although I'm not really sure, because if I manage to make it not a boat but still be quite cheap, then I'll keep it as a flying vessel, but for now it's probably going to be cheaper and easier to just have an armoured boat. Right, well I'm almost there, but that craft over there is shooting at me now. I don't know what that is. I think it might be a paddle gun maybe, but honestly I do not know. Just looks kind of similar to a paddle gun, or a paddle gunner, whatever it's called. Honestly I can't remember the names anymore. But as long as it doesn't do too much damage I should be fine. It doesn't look to be hitting many of its shots. If I can just make it into that portal I'll be safe. Although if it lands one hit in the correct place, I could fall out of the sky right now. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen, and that portal is definitely off the ground, so if I go back into ship mode accidentally I won't be able to access the portal, and it's chipping off some wings, so that's not good. Sorry, some blades even. And it just done a lot of damage on that hit. But I think I can make it to the portal. I'm literally not that far away. If I can just keep myself from spinning out, I can make it to the portal and I'll be fine. This is quite tense. Okay, I've done it. I've done it. Good. That was actually really stressful. Now I'm just going to remove all the junk from this, kind of remove it back to its basic form, and then I'll start retrofitting it. Right, so far I've got just this hollowed out shell which has just the, well, pretty much the bare essentials. Obviously engine AI and the Heartstone, I think it's called. Yeah, this thing keeps you alive. I don't know why it's here. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, so that way if you die it's over, but I feel like without the Heartstone this would be way more fun, but I don't know how to remove it, so you know, I'm gonna have to live with it. But yeah, I'm probably just going to extend the ship forward and backwards, and probably to the sides, kind of keeping it within a similar shape. And yeah, it's probably also going to use missiles like the previous version, mainly just because they're the easiest. And I don't know, it depends on how much material I'll use and how much I'll have left after adding the basic functions to it. But I'm hoping to have one like kind of big missile turret, probably with like 4 or 5 medium missiles, and then maybe a smaller missile turret with some, or maybe not even a turret, just some vertical launch small missiles. Right, so in about, I don't know, maybe half an hour I've done this. It's not much so far, just the engine, some resource and fuel storage here, and then an AI, and yeah, I've got to have a missile system here, just quite a small one, kind of anti-air, but mostly just a missile system, and here maybe a rotating, just a normal gun turret. But again, it depends on how many resources I'll have left. Right, well, I've finished this craft now. It's actually fully completed. I'm pretty sure it will work once we encounter an enemy. Now it is the next day. I started this rebuild yesterday, so now I'm just going to go towards a portal and try to find some enemies. Right, so I've completed building my ship, so now I'm just going to a red portal. Now as you can see, apart from the small missiles that I already had, I've added 2 of these type AL guns. They're just like, I don't know, they do decent damage. I've used them before on like campaign vessels, but they shoot rather fast for their size and they're quite cheap, so them combined with the missiles should do enough damage to take out some craft. And I've also added some detection so it can actually fire on its own as well. Now this superstructure, it looks like there's some sort of cabin in there, but I don't actually sit in there, I sit down in the hull so I don't get injured. And within the actual ship itself there's a layer of metal behind the alloy, so it looks very lightly armoured, but it's actually quite heavily protected, especially the internals like the engine. However, it does do this thing where it like bobs around a lot because I have put propellers on the bottom here, so it's a bit unstable, but hopefully that shouldn't be a problem. Right, well, I'm just about to enter this red portal to go to a new zone. Now once I'm in the new zone I will just keep going through red portals to try and up the difficulty, maybe face some bigger enemies, unless of course I get attacked. But currently we're in the new zone and it's raining, so that's a shame. But I'm just gonna keep going the way I'm going until I find something, in which case I will try to attack it, no matter what it is, because at this point I feel like I can survive hits from enemies. Now warp difficulty 25, I don't know what that means. I don't know if 25 is difficult or easy, but I'm gonna keep going, keep running until I find an enemy. Right, well, I've been travelling for a while and I've just seen this like green portal, so you know, I'm scared shitless of this zone, so I'm gonna go straight through it. I'm on difficulty 25. I don't know if that's hard or not, but I'm honestly just going through the green portal anyway at this point, I don't care. Right, well, 2 enemies have spawned, but honestly I'm not going to fight them. And there's some like flying thing over there, it's quite big, and over there it's some sail ship, probably Onyx Watch. But at this point my mind's made up, I'm just going through the portal, I do not care. And that's just mainly just in case these things are truly deadly, because the flying craft was quite big, but this thing I can't quite see from here, but it's probably like a broadside thing, and that could still easily take me out before I take it out, because it looks quite large, and my missiles probably just wouldn't have a fun time, mainly because they probably can't reach it from here, and even from up close it takes a lot of small missiles to take down a relatively large enemy, so I'd rather not risk it. Right, well that thing just fired at me, and it hit me. I don't think it did much damage, but considering the fact it can hit me from here, I'd rather just not even come close, because I'm pretty sure my missiles can't go that far, so I'm glad I'm not fighting it, because it would probably be a losing fight, mainly because I only have well, these missiles and 6,000 materials, which isn't really enough for another weapon system, as I don't know, I did take off the cannons because they were pretty much just 5,000 materials wasted. Anyway, going through the green portal, nothing bad has happened thus far, so that's good. I'm just quickly going to save my progress. Obviously not going to cheat and go back or anything like that, but I just rather have a save, because my game crashes a lot, and it crashed a couple times in the previous zone. Nothing spawned thus far, don't see any resource zones, so I'm just going to keep going until I find something. Right, well, I've just located a resource zone somewhere to the southeast of my current position, so I'm going to turn towards it. Also a red portal over there, in case I want to go through it. However, at this point in time I'd rather not go through any red portals for a while. I think that I will just stay in this warp plane. I think they're called warp planes. Whatever they're called doesn't really matter. I'm going to stay here until I have at least 50,000 materials, at which point I'll either try to rebuild here or in a blue zone, or at least I'll spend like 5,000 or 10,000 adding weapons to this thing, and then I'll go to a red zone or a blue zone. But at this point I'm not going to level up in difficulty, because in the zone that's one difficulty level higher there was 2 enemies targeting me that were both outclassing me, so I'd rather not have to deal with that again until I have a bigger craft. Right, well, I've arrived at the resource zone. Now it only has about 2,000 material, so I probably won't be staying here for long. However, 2,000 material will still be helpful to development of this craft, and obviously for stuff like healing if I encounter another vessel. Now luckily none have spawned yet, which is a good sign, because it means I can continue peacefully sitting here and harvesting. But hopefully soon I'll be able to find a fight that I can actually win, and then I will win it. Right, well, I've just depleted all the material here, which is why the resource zone is gone. I didn't actually know that happened until now. Anyway, I'm going to keep on going the way I was going, quite honestly. I don't see a point in like turning around, because we know that in a direction I came from there's probably nothing there, at least for a couple minutes of travelling, so I'd rather not waste that couple minutes. I'd rather just go to places I haven't yet been.